After 35 years of trading, I have found that there are 2 points in the trend that are the best times to buy, and there's one that you really have to avoid. I'm going to show you what those are in this week's video, plus I'll do my normal market analysis. We'll figure out if there is weakness coming in the market. Could there be a crash, or are we going to continue the upward momentum? And then at the end of the video, I will show you the day trade of the week, where we will apply some of the lessons that we learned at the top of the video. But let's jump into this week's topic. What are the 2 best times in the trend to buy a stock? Well, the best stocks to trade are those that are showing signs of alpha. So what is alpha? Alpha is when a stock is trading on its own story and it has the ability to move a lot faster than the overall market. And this is started by abnormal price break with abnormal volume. So that's really key. Abnormal price movement with abnormal volume from a predictive chart pattern. I'll show you that in just a moment. Now, the second buying opportunity after that initial break from a predictive pattern is on the pullback. And what we want to avoid are stocks that run away from the trend line. So let's dive into the chart of Intel. And this is a long-term example. At the end of the video, I'll show you a very short-term example as well. And right here, you can see that this stock broke through a ceiling price, call that resistance, from sideways trading. It had been going sideways for 6 months, broke out through that resistance level, and the volume spiked higher. Now, this is a weekly chart. We can apply this to daily charts, 30-minute charts, 1-minute charts. It works all time frames. We had another break right here. This again is a break from a predictive pattern. This pattern is called a cup and handle. So here you've got a cup, here you've got the handle, but more important than the name is just what's going on here. The market rallied up to resistance where it got stuck at the same price that it got stuck before. It went sideways there, so it built a base, a sideways trading pattern, and then it made an abnormal price move out of that pattern through resistance. The bottoms were rising, which is a sign of optimism, and that led to a doubling of the stock in just about 6 weeks. Now, the other key thing, the other opportunity to buy comes on pullbacks. Now, there were no pullbacks on the weekly time frame, but on the daily time frame there were. And so anytime a stock goes to new highs, pulls back and breaks the pullback, that's a pullback break. So we've got that first one there, and then we've got a longer one right here. We've got a move to new high, pullback, break of pullback. Move to new high, pullback, break of pullback. So those are the times that you want to be a buyer. Now, what you do not want to do is buy stocks when they run away from their trend line. So to draw a trend line, you simply draw a line across the bottom. So I'm going to start a line like this and draw it across the bottom. So that didn't quite work. Let's try and draw this just kind of like this. I know it's a little bit squiggly, but you get the idea. So when price runs away from the trend line, when it's far above the trend line, do not buy. Wait for it to come back to the trend and break the trend. It runs away, do not buy. Wait for it to pull back and buy the break. This little minor break here was okay, but it was a very short pullback, and we were still quite a distance above the trend line. Whereas this one was breaking after pulling right back to the trend line, bouncing off of it. That's when you can buy strong stocks on sale. So again, to summarize, we want to trade alpha stocks. Alpha stocks are those that are breaking through resistance with abnormal price, abnormal volume from a predictive chart pattern. It's really important. It's got to be from a pattern of low price volatility where you're breaking, surprising the market with this break from this narrow trading range. And if you miss that, okay, no problem. Wait for it to go up a little bit, pull back. When people seem to have lost interest in the stock, it pulls back to the trend line, and then it bounces off of the trend line, breaking the pullback. You can do this long-term investing off weekly charts, position trading off of daily charts. You can even do it as a day trader off a 1-minute or even a 10-second chart. At the end of the video, I'll show you an example from Friday's trading where we did that off of the 1-minute. But let's get into this week's market analysis and jump into Stockscores.com, my website. Just a reminder, we have a free weekly email that goes out. You can just register for that right there. There's lots of tools on this website that are free. You can monitor your own stock. So I could pull up Microsoft, I can check the scores, I can check the patterns, and look at it on multiple time frames if I want. So it's all there, and that's all free. Some of the other tools, the market scanning tool and the educational material on the website, have a fee, but you can learn more about that at the website. Let's get into our analysis, and we'll start with the SPY, S&P 500 ETF. And you can see there that the trend is up. If we look at the 1 month chart, trend is up. And here again, you don't want to be buying it when chasing it up here. Wait for the pullback, buy the break of the pullback. Why? Because it's in an upward trend. So this is momentum. Don't buy the runaways, buy the pullbacks and the break of the pullback. So that's bullish in the short term, and the long term is also bullish. You can see we are running up and away from the long-term trend line, so there's some risk there right now. If I was to draw a line sort of kind of like that, it's not a great line because we went below it there, but you get the idea. We're generally grinding higher, but we're far above the trend line right now. So I would say that the market is risky, but still no sign of a breakdown. NASDAQ 100, very similar, has had a really strong run driven by semiconductor stocks, which have done really well, led by Intel. And some of the others have participated as well. And price is really up a lot, so it's risky, but there's no sign of a breakdown. Let's take a look at the small caps, which look a little different, and I'll explain why later in the video. But here you can see the small caps haven't enjoyed the same gains that the large cap stocks have. And there's a reason for that. As I said, I'll describe that a little later. But in the short term, the 1 month chart is sort of bullish. I mean, it's been sideways for the last month or so, but the general trend is up, just short term, sort of neutral. And then the long term picture, still in an upward trend, so we have to call that bullish in the long term. Moving along to the Canadian market, it too has been lagging the US large caps a little bit, but this week it managed to break out to new highs, and generally we are in an upward trend, so that's positive. It's just kind of lost some of that momentum in the last few months, but the big picture is that we are in that upward trend, and so you can generally be optimistic about Canadian stocks. Now, gold is one of the reasons why the TSX went up a lot, and also why it has cooled the last few months, because we had this parabolic run to the upside. Here you can see the linear trend line, ran away from the trend, very risky, pulled back to the trend line, bounced, pulled back, and then broke the trend line. As of that point, you wanted to basically avoid gold because it's in this sort of negative pattern. You can see the tops are falling. That's a sign of pessimism towards a flat bottom. So that's called a descending triangle. It's a negative pattern. If we look at the 3-year chart of gold, although it looks kind of ugly in the short term, the long-term picture is still okay. There's your trend line. We ran away from the trend, very overbought up here, very risky for a pullback, and that's what we've been going through for the last few months. All right, moving along to oil. Of course, the situation in Iran is really driving oil prices, and they continue to be in a bullish trend. Rising bottoms, the buyers are in control. I would say it's losing its momentum. You can see the tops are not falling as quickly as the bottoms, and that's a sign that the momentum is slowing. Still no breakdown, but it feels like maybe the market's starting to want to take some money off the table in the oil market. All right, keeping it going here, let's take a look at the currency markets. US dollar, UUP is the symbol, and it's basically sideways there for the last couple of months. If we look at the long-term picture, the 3-year chart, we can see that it is in a sideways pattern in the short term, but in the longer term, it is moving down, falling tops. Now, Bitcoin, I know a lot of you are interested in crypto, and so GBTC is essentially sideways for the last 4 months, but big picture, still falling tops. If we go to the 1 month chart, we see a little bit of a breakdown. We had some upward trend here. I was bullish for a few weeks, but we have to lower our rating now because of this breakdown, breaking the upward trend line and then breaking down late in the week here. So I'm a little bit pessimistic about Bitcoin in the short term. It's not terrible, but it is a little bit worse than it was last week. 3-year picture, still fighting with that longer term pessimism. Now, finally, I said, why is the small cap stocks going lower? Well, it's because interest rates have been going higher. This is a chart of the Treasury bond market. If this is going down, that means interest rates are going up. Interest rates going up is generally bad for small cap stocks. And so that's what we see here. The trend has been down for the last couple of months. It's had a little bounce back here from being oversold. Now, why is it oversold? If I draw a line across the tops, see how far away we were from the trend line? just like here, far away, we come back to it. Far away, we're coming back to it. But until we can break the downward trend line from a rising bottom, the outlook for interest rates is negative, and that's going to weigh on those small cap stocks. So my ratings then, bullish on both time frames for large cap stocks and NASDAQ. US small cap short-term neutral, long-term bullish. Canadian stocks now bullish on both time frames. Gold bearish in the short term, long-term neutral. Oil bullish, neutral for the US dollar. Bitcoin the same, although I'm a little bit more pessimistic in the short term about Bitcoin. And bonds bearish on both time frames. All right, so I said we're going to look at a short-term trade as well. So this is the trade of the week. This is a stock that was identified by my algorithms in the Stockscores Active Live service. It is AKTX, and anywhere there is an abnormal price break with abnormal volume, you'll get a little pink and orange dot there. What we want are the pink and orange dots that occur after a predictive pattern. So this has a pink and orange dot, but this is not a predictive pattern. Well, it's a bearish pattern. It's a descending triangle. But here we have the opposite pattern. It is an ascending triangle. Ascending for the rising bottoms, which are a sign of optimism, flat line of resistance, and then breaking out here. That was entry point number one, the break from low volatility. Now, if you missed that, you got to wait for the pullback break. And the pullback break was right here for the next big leg of the move. That's from $12 to $15.50 in about half an hour. So nice little day trade, whether you bought it at point number one or point number two, capturing what we talked about in this video, that break from low volatility, the initial abnormal break from low volatility, or wait for the pullback with that upward momentum and buy the break of the pullback. Those are the two things that I find work the best, whether you're long-term investing or short-term day trading. Hope you enjoyed this video. If so, do me a favor, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, because most of you are not, and it's always nice to see the subscriber numbers get a little better. If you enjoyed this, click on the like button, tell your friends, and also make sure you trade well.